Sorry, we supposedly have high speed internet through our troublesome CenturyLink, but seeing as how I can't get my webcam to sustain a healthy stream, I'm kind of guessing not. All the more glad for Friday when we're going to be getting our cable one and we're doing the streaming and gamers package. So that means high speed internet, one that I can trust. So now I'm back on my phone. So sorry I had to switch out, guys, but it just was not cooperating with me. And even this one was starting to give me headaches before I even started it. What is everybody up to? How was your guys' Tuesday? No, Wednesday. Ooh. Let me pull up my chat so I can see what you guys are doing. Who do we got? Who do we got in here with me right now? It says one person's watching. Do 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 do. Mana mana. Oh, is it gonna do this on me? I shouldn't have switched out. Yay! Howdy, howdy! Welcome to the chat, guys. Who do we have here? And let me know if the video is coming through okay. Pretty please. Assuming it is. Nobody's saying anything. Boom. So in case anybody ever wonders, I use Sony's right now. They're not like top of the line, but they work really well. I like them. But hopefully I'll be getting some new headphones coming up throughout the year, especially with all the multiplayer games coming out. I kind of want new ones to help me, I don't know, hear better. Right? Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of tired, guys. I had dialysis this morning, so I've been up and going since 4 this morning, and it is currently 9:09, and I haven't eaten dinner yet because, as you hopefully you watched, we just did a live stream for Killing Floor 2. We were going to be bringing Friday the 13th, but if you're watching, it means you maybe, hopefully, are a PlayStation person, and you realize that for the last couple of days there have been major issues with the PlayStation Network. Some games just absolutely will not go. So, and that was one of them, and that's a big shocker, Gun Media. Your crap isn't working. Big shock. So as much as I was really irritated last time with playing Killing Floor, I'd rather do that than disappoint you guys by not having any content going. I also uploaded South Park part 12, I believe. You guys check it out. I hope you enjoy it. I'm not sure how much more we got left on it, but it's coming to a close, and it better be coming to a close because there's going to be a lot of Monster Hunter. As far as gaming content tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing because I have a doctor's appointment out of town. So I'm going to be going up there. As some of you know, I have a port sits right here, and it connects to the heart, and it's for my dialysis treatment. Well, they don't want you to have it in for an excessive amount of time because that's a open, direct path to your heart. So if it gets an infection, it could kill you. So it definitely makes taking showers fun. You got to be an acrobat and a gymnast, which I am not, as you could tell. So what they're doing is they're going to map out the vein right in here, and we'll schedule an appointment for them to put it in. It's probably I think they're saying it like runs like this, the length like right here. So it won't affect my video gaming. I don't think it really will affect anything. If anything, it'll make life a lot easier because I can take a regular shower again. But yeah, That's the fun part of that. Hopefully your guys' Wednesday is or was going good, depending on when you watch this and what time it is where you're at. Any games you guys are looking forward to coming up? I know we have quite a bit coming out in 2018 that are going to be phenomenal. So, and I'm not talking Madden, and I'm not talking about the ones that come out yearly. I'm talking about games like Red Dead Redemption 2, which we've all been waiting for years. A Way Out is the one I'm definitely looking forward to. And of course, Monster Hunter coming up Friday. So it's going to be fun and super exciting. I'll give people a couple more minutes to file in, and then if you guys want to right now, if you have any questions, like video games or whatever, go ahead, just ask. Don't be shy, don't be afraid. Sorry, I had to look at something real quick. Don't be shy, don't be afraid, ask me any question you want. Well, maybe to a degree. I'll view it and I'll figure it out. Also, let's see if I can pull it up. Oh, the picture behind, like this one right here. Hold on, I got it. This one right here. Let me pick it up for you. It is Harley Quinn. I got it at a Seattle Comic-Con convention. The artist was, I can't remember who the artist was, but he had a lot of prints. He did like a lot of the females of DC. It's a $45 picture and a $75 frame, so. It's like one of my favorites. Because as many probably don't know, Batman is like my favorite all-time comic book, so I love it. I don't know what it's going to do. No, I never do. But I have a friend who probably would. Because he loves Harley Quinn. Like, way more than I do. But, if you ever get a chance to go to a comic book convention, like a big one, you should do it. Because it's very nice. Not only do you get to meet, like, comic book artists, you get to like, meet so many creators from, like, Blizzard and from computer games and gaming world. And a lot of them are really super nice. As long as you're not like trying to make it come off like you're trying to collect their stuff to sell on eBay, because that happens a lot there. They're always cool. Like one year I got to meet Mike Mignola, who, if you guys don't know who that is, he is the creator of Hellboy. And he was nice for the most part, but people ahead of me irritated him. So he was kind of in a grumpy mood when it got to me. But he wasn't really rude to me, so it was really cool. I also got to meet David Ortega, who was the original story writer for the Gears of War franchise for Xbox. Really cool dude. I don't know what he's doing now. I know he's at Blizzard. The last time I heard from him, he was at Blizzard. But I kind of lost track of a lot of people whenever I got sick and couldn't attend these things anymore. So hopefully, if I can get this up and going, I can go to some E3s. That's the one I really want to go to. So I can get scoops. So hopefully I can get early advance games. So I can show you guys things first. That'd be sweet. Mike Vick, what games are you looking at? What are you looking at for coming out? I need to shave. This thing's getting too bushy. Far Cry 5, that will be a game I'm playing. I'll be doing co-op and single player, because apparently you can play with your friends on Far Cry 5 this year, which is, in my opinion, just going to make the game that much better. I loved Primal. I didn't complete it all the way because when you get to a certain point, it's just like it's so repetitive, and those kind of games just really lose me quick, and I just kind of go on to the next. Have you seen the trailers for the new Spider-Man game coming out? That's one I'm looking forward to also. I think it's gonna be I think it's later on in the year though. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, it does look interesting. Um, I think it's one I'm gonna try. I'm kind of nervous about it because um, I watched the multiple trailers on it, and there's one that kind of made me go, I wasn't sure about, because I'm not really big on how do I put it? I don't even know how to put it. I'm not big on domestic violence issues, or um, because there's already so much negativity in the world with with violence and sexual assault, that I don't think video games and Hollywood should be trying to make a buck off of it. And the one I saw was the babysitter one, and it was like it was with a dad and a daughter, and it looked kind of like really squeamish. It made me go, so that could have lost me on it, but I don't know. I might just wait to see, because I'm pretty sure Mr. Happy Hogan will probably give it a try, and I'll see what his opinion is, because his opinion means a lot to me when it comes to video games. Along with you guys, if you guys ever play it, let me know how it is and if it's something I should maybe dive into. But I hope you can understand that, because I have kids that watch this too, so I don't want to ever feel like they're excluded from anything. Even though there are some of the videos that I play with other people that it kind of gets a little. I'm surprised I haven't been reported yet because of some of the language, but not too many. So, are you watching the Super Bowl coming up in 2 weeks, Mike? I think we've already discussed it. I'm just trying to see if I can get people to come in and say hi. Um, uh, it's just a name that kind of stuck with me. His name is Matt, Mr. Hogan, and I've always been somebody who likes to do nicknames for people. For a while, when I first met him, I called him Ferrigno, if you know who that, like Lou Ferrigno, because he kind of had that look, uh, like the Incredible Hulk. So I called him Ferrigno for a while, and then all of a sudden, Happy Hogan just kind of hit me, and I went, "Oh, Happy Hogan." But he's definitely one of those people. If you get a PlayStation and you want somebody to help you, like in video games, especially shooters, dude, he saved my life on shooters so many times. It's ridiculous. I'm surprised he doesn't yell at me all the time. Because no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't yell. Because he understands my mind is like very one track. Me and him gel so much in games, not only because we played a lot of games together, but like he kind of understands how I work. Um, like on shooter games, I'm either like sitting back sniping, or I'm going in just guns blazing. And that game is kind of hard to sit back and just snipe the killing floor. But so he's always usually the medic. Yeah, he is. I played quite a bit of shooting games with him, and he's been really good. Usually, I jump into him after he's been playing it for a while too, so he can help balance me out like on raids and everything. So, and I will be getting into Destiny 2. I'm not sure exactly what time we're going to be doing it, because like I was saying, because I know you watched the live stream of the game where I was telling that kid that there's so much coming out now that I don't have time to really just pick up random games, because I want to bring you guys some fresh new content before it starts getting flooded on Facebook, so you can go, hey, look, he's showing it on PS4, not PC, because I think a lot of the gaming content on YouTube is going to be PC. There's a decent amount, but also, for anybody watching, for you guys in the chat now, and for people who watch later on, Sunday at I believe 5:30. I'm gonna say it in every video I do up until Sunday. We're gonna be doing our sit down with Mr. Happy Hogan, his wife Samantha Hogan, and we're gonna be. You guys will have the opportunity to ask us any gaming questions, any personal questions. Just make sure to keep it PG. I know we can have fun in here sometimes, but it's going to be more about trying to find out more about us and us trying to find out about you. So we might turn the tables and ask you questions. Yeah, and they're just getting more expensive. Because to get a lot of the good content anymore, you have to pay like $100, and I think it's just crap. Of course, I remember the days when games were like $30, and it was like, even then we were going, oh wow, that's quite a bit of money. But I'd rather pay $30 now than 60 to 100. Do you prefer doing like you don't have a system, Vic, but anybody who has a system, do you guys prefer like the hard copies, or do you prefer like digital copies? Me personally, I do more digital these days. So I'm part of the problem of why major computer like gaming businesses are closing, and I don't mean to be, but I'm not a very patient person, and I like knowing that I can just go on my PSN, buy the game, have it download in my queue, and not worry about having to go from like here to here to here to try to find a game. But yeah, let me know what you guys like to do. There are no wrong answers. And if you guys enjoy these sit downs, I think it's going to get a lot more interesting when we start doing the interviews with people like gaming people that are in my community, like that live locally, because it'll give you guys a chance to talk to these people. You hear their voices, so it'll give you a chance to see them and talk to them and kind of pick their brains if you want to. I think that is kind of going to be interesting. Along with, we're going to sit down, I believe on Monday nights. It's still in works, but me, Matt, and Mr. Hogan are going to sit down Monday or Tuesday nights where we all can get together. We're going to sit down in front of the computer, because hopefully with Cable One it will be a lot better quality internet. And we'll give you guys like our opinions on the upcoming draft. What we think teams are going to do. And just keep in mind, it's opinions and our thoughts and feelings. It's not professional analytics. We're not ESPN, but just take it with a grain of salt of how you want to take it. I think personally that we all kind of have a decent grasp on the game. And there's going to be times when one of us says something, it'll be wrong, but for the most part, we're pretty decent at it. If there's any topics that you guys want us to go over on either football, or the weekly sit downs, let me know. This week, like I said, Sunday, probably 5:30. We're doing Matt and Sam, and the following week, it's either going to be Tuesday or Saturday. I'm going to sit down with my good friend Daniel Martin, who is you've heard his voice a lot in the Fortnites recently. So he is going to be having a baby very soon, and I hope they have a good time with that, because I know babies can be stressful sometimes. Or having a baby. I shouldn't say babies are stressful. Having a baby can be stressful sometimes, especially financially. So time is money, and they're not getting paid to come sit down with me. So, or he's not. So, nope. Sam, her name is Samantha. It's Mr. Hogan's wife. She's a good friend of mine. She's actually in the process of deciding if she wants to do vlogging and do it like on YouTube. So it's a good way for her to come in, sit down, interact with you guys, and kind of get the experience of what vlogging on YouTube is like. But she also is a gamer, which is very cool. If you listen to some of the Friday the 13th content that we put out, you'll hear a lady screaming in the background. Usually obscenities, which makes me laugh and giggle like a little girl. So she's a very cool person. I met Matt first, and I met her, and she's always treated me like she's known me forever. So that's why I only have the one brother, but I have two girls who are like sisters to me. She's one of them. And my niece's mom is the other one. Who, if I ever have any issues, I can just talk to them about it, no matter what I'm going through. Which is really cool. I hope everybody has that. I hope you guys all have one or two people who you can go to and really confide in, especially of the opposite sex. Because like if you're having girl problems, it's always nice to go talk to them. Because if you go talk to a guy, we're most likely going to give you the wrong advice. I'm just saying. But the girls will kind of give you better advice on it. So, and they'll teach you not to be stupid, pretty much. Sometimes. Because sometimes they think they're funny and they like to watch you walk into doors. I was just thinking, I might get a friend of mine too who is big into the cosplaying. I might see if I can get him in his Deadpool suit or outfit to come on one of the weeklies and sit down with me and you guys and chat. His Deadpool costume is out of this world. I think you guys will enjoy it. For him being like a dad, I think of 4 kids. Not buying Hollywood extreme paints and fabrics, man. His Deadpool is probably one of the better ones I've ever seen. I'm not saying a lot because I've seen quite a bit at conventions. That's a little taste of what my $100 victory dance will be. It'll be a lot more and a lot more elaborate when I hit that, but I don't dance. So anybody watching this who has not clicked that link below to go to my Patreon account and donate $1 or $5, once I hit that $100 mark, the only people who will be able to watch me make a fool of myself are people who are a patron. Oh, if I could remaster a game. It's going to be, I don't know, a game that I really wanted remastered was Final Fantasy VII, which they're doing already. And I am looking forward to playing that when it comes out. Playing the crap out of it. I would love to, because I want to throw it back old school, but there's like one game that I think is my all-time favorite. And out of any system, out of any generation, and that's Red Dead. If I could get that game with John Marston with today's graphics, I think you could probably go back and sell it, and people would pay the brand new price for it. Because a lot of people love John Marston. They love the story. I would advise that they change the freaking ending, because that really made me mad. But I would love to have that one digitally remastered. Because if you've seen the pictures of Red Dead Redemption 2, it is by far the most beautiful game I have seen. That's why it's getting pushed back. It's been pushed back for 2 years because they're constantly upgrading and updating and upgrading and updating and making it look the best they possibly can. Yeah, they to a degree they did it with LA Noir. If you go through and watch it, it still looks really kind of very kind of hokey-ish. And I'm not meaning that as like a race slang. I'm just meaning like you could still very much tell it was a different generation console. Mike Vick, I'm going to ask you because you said you hated the ending. What was the worst part about the ending for you? Was it the fact that he dies, or the fact that after that you have to play his obnoxious bratty kid? Because for me, it was both. And I remember like people were like sitting there saying, "Oh, if you do this, this, and this, he doesn't die." And I tried every possible outcome to have him live. Nothing works. He always dies, which I think was a kick to the yam bags. If you don't know what the yam bags is, boys look south. You'll understand. It was a good game. I liked it. There was talk of them doing LA Noire 2, and instead of doing LA Noire 2, they remastered it. And I think they should have done an LA Noire 2. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. For I think anybody who's on who's played though, I think they know the ending. I hope. It'd be kind of funny. I mean, and I don't mean it in a morbid way, but because if you played the game and you understand what we're talking about, the son is so super annoying when he grows up. It'd be kind of funny if he like jumped in front of the bullets for his dad and saved his dad. I know it's morbid, but I'd rather be playing free roam with John Marston than his son. I don't even. That's how much I could tell you. I do not like the kid. I don't even know his name, to be honest with you. If you haven't looked at gameplay pictures, I would suggest you do it for Red Dead 2. Right? With Johnny's belt. Woo! Guns a blazing. So I don't know if this is spoilers because it's been out for a while too. Red Dead Redemption 2 is also going to be like a big open world, I think, multiplayer game. You're going to have the opportunity to play with your friends in the gang, so which will be sweet. Pistol whipped, boy. So sorry this video or this stream was up late. I planned on doing it earlier, but I know I haven't done a live stream for gaming in a couple days due to technical issues with our stupid provider and with all the PlayStation issues that have been going on. I wasn't able to do anything the last 2 days, so I wanted to kind of get a video up. It's not the Miami Dolphins, I could tell you that. My favorite team, I don't know, like when I do creative people in, when I do like a franchise, I create a quarterback and I just try to look at the previous teams and who had the worst record and go there. Unless they have like an all-star quarterback, which if you have an all-star quarterback, you don't need a quarterback. Right. D Blaze, good question. I covered that in one of my streams the other day, but it was the gimmick I was going to use when I was going to try to go into pro wrestling, and because of my kidney disease, I was not able to. So it just kind of stuck with me. I like the way it sounds. Our last name is cool too because it's like Folsom, which is like Folsom Prison, and of course Johnny Cash wrote the song Folsom Prison. So, and the real life Folsom Prison in California. I hope Jarvis Landry goes to Oakland, to be honest with you. I want to see him on a team that can actually do something. The big scuttlebutt around the NFL is Miami's going to be drafting a quarterback. Because after 6 years, surprise, surprise, Ryan Tannehill still has not done anything, and they're paying him 14 to 15 million a year, guaranteed, like outrageous money for getting to the playoff once. And I think it was the wild card round he got him to. The same year they signed Sue for that 100 and whatever million his was. Because Miami is land of the smart people. That's why they haven't been to the Super Bowl since what, the 70s? Oh yeah, I know that's what you're talking about, Clint. But I think Landry is going to start shopping around teams. I think he's going to be asking for his release, because he's fed up with Miami, and he wants out. Are you talking about Mike? Or Mike Vick? Are you talking about Ryan Tannehill? Yeah, it's been a serious minute since Miami has done anything of significance, which is sad because man, I was a huge fan of Dan Marino. I love Dan Marino, and I wish he would have gotten a Super Bowl ring. Tannehill, in my opinion, is just an overpaid pile of poo who should be playing backup to somebody not making any money. And he's proved it time and time again. 6 years in the league, 3 or 4 years with Dan Marino training him, and look at what he's accomplished. Nothing. So it's been it was rough sledding. I was a Miami fan, diehard, for a very, very, very long time. And whenever they got rid of Jay Ajayi, I said, I'm following Jay Ajayi over to Philly. Because Mr. Hogan is a Philly fan. And it's kind of nice to have a friend on a team with you. Because I didn't know a lot of people who are Miami fans. Especially in the area we live in, they're all Seattle Seahawks fans. No, I don't really hate Seattle. I just I don't care for Pete Carroll, and I don't care for Richard Sherman. And I think for everybody calling Pete Carroll this genius in football, he really set his team up to fail when he got rid of all these people because he wanted to pay four defensive players, a butt ton of money, and so he shipped out his offensive line. And we've seen the result of that with Russell Wilson. So, but they're going to fire a lot of their defensive players that are making a lot of money to try to refix their offense. Does that make sense to anybody? So, like, they just wasted, like, 2 years of 2 years for nothing, right? That's the way I see it. Yes and no. The reason I don't put a lot of heat on Russell Wilson is because um, when your main job is to like pass and you have somebody in your face every time you drop back, every time you take 2 steps back, you have somebody like rushing the edges, coming down the middle, or like you have somebody in your face 24/7. I mean, you have to scramble around to try to give people time. He's made a lot of dumb decisions. I'm not going to discredit that. Like this year when he was going down on the ground and he used the football in his hand to try to balance himself, and I'm going, are you high? Or when he was getting flung to the ground and they're spinning him around and he threw it and he didn't know where he was at. That was another one of those, are you high? But, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Um, and I know there's not a lot of, well, there are a lot of Patriot fans, but there are a lot more people I think who hate the Patriots. If you look at Tom Brady, man, him and Belichick both take pay cuts towards the end of the season to help fill holes in their roster. That's why they're available. That's why they're always able to pick up these like decent, talented people towards the end of the year because Tom Brady doesn't ask for a ton of money because his wife makes it all for him. So he's playing for the love of it, not for the money of it. But I agree. I think they have the cap for teams, and I think they should realistically have caps for players. Like franchise players should only be able to make a certain amount. And they go like, if you're not going to label the person a franchise player, sorry, but you can only make X amount of money per position. And they should really look at positions. If you put it in our microwave, there's actually a baked potato time. I'm going to guess like 4 minutes on the baked potato timer. I don't know. You could Google it, GTS it. For those who don't know, that's Google that S explicit. All right, guys, I need to eat because I have not had dinner yet, and as much fun as I have talking with you guys all the time, and I know there's going to be people who watch it later. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what the gaming content's going to be because, like I said, I have to go out of town for a doctor's appointment. So I will definitely be taking my computer with me. So if anything, I'll be doing one of these tomorrow night. So worst game of all time. Oh my God, there's been a couple. Like actual worst game or games that I just hated because of different reasons. I don't know, Clint. What do you think is like the worst game of all time? I have to think about it because I know there have been games where I have played it and I said these are complete garbage, but at the same time, I've played quite a bit of games in my gaming time that I come across a lot more good ones than bad ones. And my decisions might not be popular because I base it on how like I look at it. I watch the trailers, I watch gameplay before I play games usually just to get a grasp of it because I don't ever want to pick up a game and go, oh, so horrible. But I'm not a huge Minecraft fan. Just because it's not my style doesn't mean it's horrible for everybody else, but I'll have to think about that, Mike, and I'll definitely write it down and I'll answer it for you next time I do a live. So that way I can kind of think about it because it's definitely one of those I'd have to sit down and think about. Is there a game that you hated that you think is the all-time worst? it doesn't go with what games I hate the worst, but I think one of the things that is kind of ruining, in my mind, gaming communities is the fact that we can all play online, so we can sit at home in the comfort of what we have, and we don't go to our friend's house, and we don't sit there and play games with each other. Man, I remember a big part of like childhood and junior high and high school was getting together with your friends and like playing video games together. Oh, I think one that hit me was I think it was the Nintendo. It was the Clint can help me with this because he'll probably remember it, but it was the one that had the pad that you had to run on and jump. It was for for the Olympics. I don't remember the name of the game, but it was just, I mean, it wasn't bad because it sucked. I mean, I just always did horrible at it. It was Dance Dance Revolution before Dance Dance Revolution existed. But getting back to, that's it. I hated it because I could never do that well in it. Getting back to the gaming thing, man. Even in like junior high, like me and my brother would go to a friend's house, and we'd have like 4 or 5 of us. And it's when Final Fantasy VII came out. I believe that's the other game that was on. My brother was playing. Oh my god, I can't think anymore. It's a story we tell all the time because it was hilarious. Do you remember the name, Clint? It's the horror game. I can't remember. I always forget it. Oh, it was Final Fantasy VIII that we were playing. But it was a game that we were all kind of glued into. And I think Silent Hill, yeah, Silent Hill, that's it. So we're all glued into watching a friend play Silent Hill. Clint's over on, not the opposite side of the room, but a little ways away, playing Silent Hill, and it was so compelling to see everybody just switch from Final Fantasy VIII all the way over there, lights off. We're all just sitting there like biting our nails like schoolgirls watching a horror movie. Not really, but it was definitely one of those things where I think what got our attention is we were playing in the dark these games, and it was one of those factors that Clint didn't like scream like ah, but he jumped, and it was a jump factor issue, and so we're all kind of going, let's go check this one out. So, and I think that's what gaming communities are not getting a chance to experience anymore, because you're sitting at people are sitting at home and playing it by themselves online. But I think it's also a very good way to make a fool of yourself and not feel embarrassed about it. Because I mean, if you can't do that stuff in front of your friends and your family, then you need to check your relationships. Like I know there's several times where. Sorry, I was reading the things. Fatal Frame. Oh my god. So here's the story about Fatal Frame. I will put that as a game I hate the absolute most, because one of these days, like I don't remember when it was. I was home. I think I was sick, and my brother told me I could log on and play his Fatal Frame, and so I'm like, okay, because I watched him do it, and I'm not a huge horror game fan. I love horror movies, but I hate horror games. So he's like, okay, log on, play it, and I'm like, okay. So I log on, right, and I'm running through, and it's like you're running around, and ghosts will pop up out of nowhere, and you have a camera that has a flash, and you hit the flash to fight the bad guys. If I'm wrong, Clint, let them know how it is, but it's something along the lines, right? So I'm walking along, dude, and this really creepy ghost comes out of nowhere. Hold on one second. Some water. And anyway, it was one of those that made me jump, and yes, it made me slightly squeal like a little girl. And I went to hit the button for the flash. And either the batteries are dead or there's no bulb. So I'm sitting there trying to kill this thing, clicking, and it's just like coming at me with its like deranged morph body. And I turned it off. I'm like, nope, I'm done. Because nothing scares you worse jumping into a game, taking 2 steps, and then it's like something's in your face going, rah! All right, so Mike Vick, Clint. Who else do we have in here? I see another user just popped in. That was my wrist, by the way. It's fine. If you guys want me to do horror games too, I'll do it. Just keep in mind that it will freak me out and you might hear squeals. Just saying. I do pretty good. Normally I do pretty decent, but with the graphics the way they are, I think jump scare games they suck. Like, I haven't played Resident Evil 7 or the new Resident Evil game that's out, just for the simple fact that I watched gameplay on it and I said no, I won't do it. Just like Days Gone. It's a game I would love to play, but I don't know if I will because I don't know if I can handle all those. People call them zombies, but if you watch the creator video, they said they're not zombies. They're a form of a living creature, but they aren't zombies. But watching the intro, the first 25-minute gameplay that the creator did, and you have like 500 of them just charging at you. If anything, I might have like maybe Matt come over and do that for me. And it goes with the part of, it's not because it freaks me out. It's because I have anxiety issues also. Like, crowds of people stress me out big time. And it definitely, I've watched the trailer on it and it started giving me like a lot of anxious feelings. So if that's the only big part where you're going to have tons of people coming at you, I could probably handle it, but I don't know. Yeah, right. No, on my luck, they'll have Matt and Sam over playing this game. Well, no, if I have Sam will jump. I want to play some scary games with Sam with you guys, because it's hilarious. I'll have to put an explicit warning on the videos because there is some foul language, but every time we play Friday the 13th, and I can never get it captured on film for you guys, or on video for you guys, I can always hear her coming through Matt's headset, and I have cried sometimes because she has made me laugh so hard. I wish like YouTube was a little different with their copyright laws, because I'd love to like do openings for my videos, because I have been like listening to an artist named Bazanji. If you don't know who he is, the best work I could tell you to look up is if you Google Bazanji, which is Bazanji, do The City or I Want the World. Two of his songs I absolutely love, and I wish I could use them for like openings because they're sweet. Mike Vick, did you leave? I think you did. All right, guys, but yeah, I think that's it. I kind of went over the time I was thinking I was going to do, but hope you guys have a good night. We're going to run through this real quick. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. And if you are new around here, or you haven't quite yet decided to hit the subscribe button, smack the subscribe button, because I am going to be having some, starting Friday, we're going to have we're going to have footage of Monster Hunter, which is the brand new game coming out. And I know you can watch it other places, but you won't get the entertainment value that I will bring you, because I have a feeling that game is going to get me so hyped that that I'll make you laugh. I promise. Also, if you could share on any form of social media like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, anything you can copy and paste this to get out there and tell people come check me out, I would greatly appreciate it. And we could do this like we did yesterday. Let's say you have a friend, right? And his name is Billy Bob. And you say, Billy Bob comes to your house and says, hey, what are you doing, man? You say, Billy Bob, I'm watching Dustin Folsom on YouTube. You should check it out. And Billy Bob will say, okay, what content does he make? And you just kind of talk it up for me. Billy Bob comes and checks me out, and hopefully he likes me. That's another way you can do it. Just word of mouth. Yeah. All right, guys. So I hope your Wednesday went really well. I hope your Thursday's better. We have reached the halfway mark of the week. I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow night. Like I said, don't know what video content's going to be like because I'll be traveling, but we're at least going to do one of these tomorrow night. So it sure is. I'll tell him you said to tell Cooter hi. Cooter. Cooter. All right, guys. As always, I love you. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I will leave my Patreon account information below. As people start signing up and we hit a certain number of Patreons, patrons, things like this are going to be exclusive only on the Patreon site. So right now you're getting it all for free. But all my sit-downs and all my weekly discussions and the football will be exclusively on there. Now, if you're wondering, the tier prices are just starts at $1 a month, and it comes out at the beginning of the month, and $5. So it's nothing like horrifically expensive. $1 or $5. I'm not gonna, do any 10, 20, or I think there's some people who do like 100, but they, I don't know, are out their minds. But if you do that, $1 gets you access to the sit down videos and the once a week videos, and it will get you access to if I record any videos like let's say Monster Hunter, I sit down and record Monster Hunter 24 hours before I post it on my YouTube. You'll get a chance to check it out on the Patreon account. The $5 will get you the one-on-ones or the interviews with my friends, and you'll also. I don't want to put a cap on the football one, so the football one will probably go for the $1 one, just because I think it'll be cool. And I might not even bring the football one over. I might just leave it on YouTube because it'll give you guys a chance to really talk with not just me, but the three of us. And we will be doing a fantasy league next year, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have it set up where you, the viewers, can join in with us and do weekly tournaments. So, all right, guys, I think that's enough long-winded discussion from me. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night, and stay safe. And if you're going to be out drinking tonight, don't drive. Use your phone, get an Uber, call a taxi, text a friend. Because if a friend won't pick you up when you're drunk, and they'd rather have you drive in, that's not a friend. Get new friends. But most of you are not, I think, old enough to drink. So stay in school, study, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Maybe.